Love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
This is Sports Zone Radio. Champions play here at Sports Zone Radio. Welcome to Northland Basketball. Presented by Sports Zone Radio. Exclusive coverage of Navajo Nation and White Mountains varsity basketball online at SportsZone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio smartphone app. And now, it's time for Northland Basketball.
Welcome back, everybody, to Show Low High School. This is Hatch Toyota Arena, the home of the Show Low Cougars. And you found Northland Basketball here at the Sports Zone. And guess what? The Sports Zone is the home of Show Low Cougar basketball in broadcast form. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Floyd Simmons. I get to bring it to you tonight. Show Low hosting Snowflake in a boys varsity matchup. We're about ready to go. They are about ready for the national anthem, and we'll let them take that over. We're ready to go, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And I think you can count on this boys' game being as intense and as physical as the girls' game was earlier. A 42-35 win tonight for the Show Low Lady Cougars. And it was a physical showdown in that game, just like you'd expect from a rivalry matchup like the one we got tonight. The opening tip is controlled by the Cougars, and we're underway with Northland Basketball from Show Low High School. Welcome, everybody, to our coverage here at the Sports Zone. Here we go. Show Low with Nash Brewer driving, lost it, got it back. Nash is joined in the starting lineup by Mark Drillette. This guy, Luke Morrow with the shot. It's no good. Rebound put back is good for another starter, Preston Power. He is fouled, and he is going to go to the line for Show Low. The guy that got him was Matt Brimhall. Brimhall, he is going to have a tough job tonight if he is the guy with the task of guarding Preston Power. So Preston gets the basket, and he's also got the free throw. 3-0 Show Low in front to start this game. So I mentioned that Preston and Nash Brewer starters tonight. Luke Morrow, Mark Drillette, and the fifth starter is a sophomore, Thomas Ellsworth. That's a pretty familiar cast of starters for Show Low. Now on the other side, Braden Lewis cut off at the baseline. They'll send it back outside. Snowflake's starters include Braden Lewis, Matt Brimhall, Cooper Rapier, Lance Christensen, and then Cooper DeWitt. And Lewis is going to throw the ball right to the defender in front of him. He was trying to release and then hold on to that pass, get it back, and it just slipped out of his hands right into Ellsworth's hands, and Sholo will get a chance at adding to their early 3-0 lead. Good to have you with us, everybody, from Sholo High School tonight. Ellsworth left side to the corner, and a three-pointer for Preston, no good. Back to Snowflake after the rebound. How about this? Thank you for the report there. One of the earlier officials gave me the final. Listen to this. The Holbrook Lady Roadrunners have defeated Winslow 60-48. As we get a jump shot. Is that Cooper? Nope. Yeah, I believe it was Cooper DeWitt, wasn't it? Drop back, I'll figure it out. We're going to give Cooper the credit for the points right now. I thought it was a taller jump shot out there, but I was distracted for a moment because somebody handed me a final score from Holbrook. So we watched Powers miss. Lewis rebound for Snowflake. And with 5:49 on the clock, Nash Brewer is going to step in front of this pass, take it away, 2-on-1 for the Cougars, and Ellsworth couldn't hold on to the pass and then committed a foul. He got into Cooper Rapier. So that's the double negative right there, right? And that's not good in English. The double negative does not work for you. And you watch earlier that replay of the Preston power basket from earlier in the game. 3-2. And Mark Droulette's going to just take it right away from Cooper DeWitt. Sholo's got it back. Outside, Droulette for three. That's off the mark. Cooper DeWitt has the rebound for Snowflake. Anyway, I was handed this sticky note that says that the Holbrook girls have defeated Winslow 60-48. You know what that means? After tonight's Sholo win over Snowflake in the girls' game, it means that there is a three-way tie for first place in the 3A East region. Sholo, Snowflake, and now Winslow all have 6-2 season records. Region records. So there's your tie at the top. Gonna make the final few days of the regular season pretty exciting in these parts, isn't it? And how do you like the fact that there are these other teams so competitively involved, including Sholo? There's a beautiful turnaround for Preston Power. Preston has 5 early points. He's got all of the points for the Cougars so far. Braden Lewis on the baseline, shovels it to Matt Brimhall up off the glass. That shot is good. And he'll go to the foul line. Power, the guy who is defending him, and that is going to be foul number 1 of the day on Preston. This is Matt Brimhall. And he did not get the shot. So the Cougars, after the rebound, will set it up. We are right here at the halfway point of the first quarter. Exactly 4 minutes now remaining in this first period. Ellsworth, guarded by Rapier, man-to-man. Hands off to Mark Droulette. He finds Luke Morrow. Now Ellsworth back outside. Nash Brewer. Nash going to go baseline, throw one up. Rolls off, rebound Cooper DeWitt. And a 1-point game. Sholo the advantage. 3.5 minutes on the clock, first quarter, outside to Braden Lewis. And Christensen goes baseline before shoveling to Cooper DeWitt for Snowflake. And they're going to take the lead for the first time, 6-5. Lobos in front. It's a whistle. Not a shooting foul. Brimhall, the guy. Oh, that's the second foul on Matt Brimhall in the game. And if you're the Sholo Cougars, that is That's big news. You're going to love that. Now, the guy that replaces him is a great guy to have coming off your bench. The Snowflake's sixth man is now back in the game, or into the game for the first time. That's Tyler Clare, head coach Joe Clare's son. There's a runner by Ellsworth on the baseline. That's going to miss everything and come down to Braden Lewis. So Snowflake will have it back to the high post. Clare is a great passer, and he threw a great backdoor pass, but DeWitt couldn't finish, so he brought it back outside, and this one is going to end up coming down to Sholo. They're going to have it. The Cougars have the basketball. 2:35 on the clock in the first quarter. Left side deep on the angle out there is Mark Gillette, and then Luke Morrow trying to set a screen for him, was moving in the process of said screen, and he commits a personal foul. Well, you know, coming up sometime soon, we are going to give away a Phoenix Suns jersey. We're just the middleman here at the Sports Zone on that giveaway, because that's going to come to you from our friends at Holbrook Family Dentistry. Snowflake has brought Easton Butler in the game, and he decided to put one up. Shot is no good. Cougar rebound. Ellsworth and Drulette playing catch, and then Cooper DeWitt's going to stick a knee out there and knock Ellsworth down on the move that he makes to the baseline. That'll be a foul, the first one of the game on Cooper Rapier. 3 fouls on Snowflake, 3 fouls on Sholo here in this first quarter. The minute 59 on the clock. Cutter Seeley has made his first appearance into the Sholo lineup. And the Cougars work it out on the perimeter. Drulette on the right angle to the corner. Preston Power, they'll bring it back outside. Ellsworth at the top of the key with the basketball. 90 seconds left in the first quarter. 6-5. Not a particularly high-scoring first period. And Preston Power, trying to beat the shot clock, is unable to do it. Sholo couldn't find a shot in that entire sequence down the floor. So now Snowflake gets a chance. Braden Lewis to the corner. Damon Cardwell has come in for his first playing time, and they'll feed eventually Easton Butler on the baseline, left side of the floor. Shot is good for Easton. Little mid-range jump shot. First points for him in the game. 8-5 lead for Snowflake. Preston Power on the baseline. His jump shot is just off the mark. DeWitt the rebound for the Lobos. 42 seconds left in the quarter. Braden Lewis to Cardwell in the corner. Now DeWitt back outside. Swing it. Lewis. Dish. Beautiful assist by Braden Lewis. He gave a little fake to the corner, and then a kind of a no-look to Cooper DeWitt underneath. And then the other way, a big three from Mark Drulette. Nice answer by the Cougars. Snowflake by 2. Final 10 seconds of the quarter. Lewis going to miss it all. And then Easton Butler knocked it out of bounds. So, Snowflake with 8 seconds. See what they can do here to end the first quarter. Coming into the game is Noah Anderson up the floor to Luke Morrow for a very deep three, and that shot is good! That's how the quarter is going to end. The Cougars take away the lead on that shot at the buzzer by Luke Morrow on the feed from Noah Anderson. And there you go, everybody. What a first quarter of Northland basketball here from Hatch Toyota Arena in Sholo. Loving it. Sholo 11, Snowflake 10. As we head toward the postseason. Fun stuff. Stand by for the second quarter from Sholo. And the Cougars in front by 1. Don't go anywhere.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is the mission of our new CEO. Experienced physicians and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Ace Hardware of the White Mountains is always there, always ready to meet your cold weather needs. Keep your pathway clear with snow shovels and ice melt. Keep the kids entertained with a variety of snow sleds. Keep the family warm and toasty with bundles of firewood. Keep the grill or stove piping hot with propane at their Pine Top and Overgard stores. And keep the horses fed with alfalfa and Bermuda hay. The cold weather cannot stop the team at Ace Hardware, so visit them today. Ace Hardware in Sholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard.
Well, we're back in, everybody. Thanks for joining us. The second quarter gets underway. Northland Basketball presented right here at the Sports Zone by a cast of outstanding sponsoring partners like Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, like Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, locations in Sholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thinking of Beeman Well Drilling as well for their sponsoring partnership, to Cellular One of Northeast Arizona. They've been with us for so long, and we are grateful to them. Thank you to Summit Healthcare for helping us bring you this broadcast of Northland Basketball. Big thanks goes out to Holbrook Family Dentistry as well. And our presenting sponsors of the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game. And that is White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Spot up three from right over the top is good for Easton Butler, and Snowflake is back in front, 13-11. Well, these two teams have traded the lead now, 3 or 4 times? And it was that three at the buzzer to end the first quarter by Luke Morrow that got Sholo back in front after they came out early on and scored the first few points of the game. Seven minutes on the clock, second quarter. Going to stop play for just a moment. At halftime, it will be the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. So the officials are going to talk it over. This great officiating crew right here. It almost felt like saying one of my favorite crews, but really, I love every one of these crews. We got great officials in our area. So what they're going to do is they're going to take some time off the shot clock, which is a full shot clock right now at 35 seconds. They're going to make it 27 seconds. That's what they're doing there. They're going to make that adjustment. This officiating crew with Greg Chavez Sr., the guy who is at the table, who may be the designated lead official on this one, whatever they call that title in a basketball crew. That's Quinn Ashton right there, looking spectacular as he always does. I mean, you never catch him when he hasn't freshly shaved that beautiful chrome dome of his. He's going to give you the goods every time out. And there he is. And then the other guy on this crew, Scott Baker. Scott Baker, in a roundabout way, is also a family member in a roundabout way. In that way of that I'm not really related to almost anybody in the regions. We watch the drive and dish by Noah Anderson. Beautifully done, the feed to Luke Morrow for the points. Anderson's got the assist on both of Morrow's field goals early on in the game, and that was a good look on Noah's drive inside. Cooper DeWitt, the answer on the other side. DeWitt's got 8 points for the Lobos. They retake the lead, 15-13. Cutter Seeley out on top to Anderson, guarded by Damon Cardwell. Anderson going to drop back, set the play, and they'll swing it around left side. Jason Crawford, the pass tipped up, scooped up by Anderson. The drive by Morrow, and he tried to dunk it. Might have been better served on a fingertip roll right there, but I could, against your rival, I know you're feeling it. The dunk wouldn't go down. Snowflake's got it for three in the corner. Cardwell, no good. Tip. by Butler. That'll send him to the line as he's fouled by Crawford from behind. That'll be Jason Crawford's first foul. Take another look on the replay on this drive. And the beautiful dish. Look at that pass. Threading it between the two defenders. Great job by Anderson. Made it easy for Luke Morrow to get the bucket. And this guy, Easton Butler. Both foul shots good for Snowflake. They lead 17-13. Pretty active bench for Snowflake. These guys getting into it. You gotta love that. Meanwhile, Cholo's got the ball. Ellsworth has come back into the game. And Mark Droulette's gonna chuck it from downtown. It's no good. Rebound, Cholo. Droulette back to Morrow. Thought about the shot. Gave it back to Mark. Ellsworth from the corner. And that one's gonna be off the mark. Rebound, Easton Butler. 5 minutes left in the first half. And there's a steal. Takeaway by Ellsworth. And he's gonna have it blocked out of bounds. That'll be a foul on Easton Butler. 2 shots coming up for Ellsworth. Easton's first foul of the game. 4:54 on the clock in the second quarter. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report at the break. Ellsworth could not connect on that shot. Snowflake has come out in the second quarter and outscored Cholo 7-2, and that's going to be another miss. Rebound, Tyler Clare. Christensen, the jump stop in the paint. To the corner, Butler. That's short. And it's rebounded by Ellsworth for Cholo. They're going to bring it up the floor and set some offense. The lob, Crawford. We haven't seen Preston Power handle the ball a whole lot in the last few possessions for Cholo. We do get a second foul on Easton Butler of Snowflake. Easton is going to head to the bench for Coach Clare. Braden Lewis replaces him for Snowflake. For the Lobos, Tyler Clare will guard the inbound pass from Cholo's Preston Power. Cooper DeWitt's on the floor for the Lobos. Braden Lewis, Lance Christensen, Damon Cardwell, who was going to help his team inbound the ball. Nope, take it back. Tried to get it away, and then he stepped out with it. Steal by Braden Lewis. Stepped right in front of Mark Droulette's inbound pass. The Lobos race, and Cooper DeWitt adjusts on a ball that he almost mishandled. Turned it into a plus, the points. And he's got 10 in the game for Snowflake. There's Crawford on a really nice drive against traffic. Defenders trying to cut him off on the baseline, and he would not be denied. Great job by Jason Crawford to get the points. 4 minutes remaining in the first half. DeWitt against 3 defenders to Clare. The reverse would not go in for Tyler. And it's a rebound to Jason Crawford and Cholo. He'll get called for the carry. That's a turnover. Tyler Clare will check out of the game. And coming into the game for Snowflake is Ty Boone. Ty joins his teammates as they bring it up the floor. 3:42 remaining in the first half. 19-15. Snowflake leads. Cholo, Damon Cardwell, and his 22-footer is no good. Snowflake had it a moment and threw it right to Mark Droulette for Cholo. Ellsworth in the corner. And then over the top, the three is good for Luke Morrow. He's got his second 3 of the game. And the Cholo bench approves of that one. We're within a point here now in this one. Snowflake 19, Cholo 18. Feed is going to produce, well, a missed shot. And then a Cooper DeWitt follow misses. And then another chance for Ty Boone. That one's no good before Cholo turns it over. No. I think that's going to be a foul on Braden Lewis, is what that is. Lewis dropping back on defense fouls. Thomas Ellsworth, team foul number 6 on Snowflake. Sholo's got 14 fouls, just under 3 minutes left in the first half. Inbound, Drillette to Ellsworth. There's Nash Brewer toward the left corner. Now over the top, Drillette for 3. That'll miss. Cooper DeWitt, a Snowflake rebound. Dangerously close to a backcourt violation by Snowflake. And the basketball will belong to Snowflake. Rapier comes in, replaces Cardwell. It's Cooper, Rapier, Cooper DeWitt, Braden Lewis, Lance Christensen, and then returning to the floor, Tyler Clare for head coach Joe Clare and his Snowflake team. Christensen going to go around the world on that baseline. He goes around 3 defenders before reversing it in. Getting his first points of the game. He just found that other gear. The turbos kicked in and he was able to get the shot. There's a long 3 for Brewer. That's going to be no good for Nash. Rebound, Snowflake. They're on top by 3. Christensen stops at the free throw line. And then he'll get it back after Braden Lewis helped him out, rescued him on that track down the errant pass. Jump stop, Lewis has to tip it out. Christensen controls. He'll drive, adjust, and missed. Might have been partially blocked by Preston Power, who got the rebound. Nash Brewer won't go in. The follow by Crawford wouldn't go in either. Snowflake rebound with 97 seconds left in the first half. And that's a three-pointer for Braden Lewis. Well, Braden hadn't done anything score-wise in the first half for Snowflake till that shot, and they lead now 24-18. There's a little Preston Power, 6-footer. Boy, that's a tough shot. You know, the range on that. I don't know how, these guys and gals that could make that shot. It's pretty amazing. I think a three-pointer is always easier than that. Hey, nice pass. Is that Clare with the assist? I think it was. That's his specialty, isn't it? And he feeds Cooper DeWitt. We made him, I think, the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game recently in a game where Tyler didn't score a lot, but he had 7 assists in his time as the 6th man off the bench for Snowflake in that game. Really setting guys up left and right. He gets another assist on that last trip. And there's a steal. Taken away by Lance Christensen. Beautiful pass. Cooper Rapier. And he's got the finish for Snowflake. They got a run going right here. 28-18. Lobos' biggest lead of the game. 30 seconds left in the half. Preston Power slipped. A little slick out there on the floor. And now Braden Lewis able to take it away from Crawford. Snowflake and Tyler Clare gets called for the offensive foul. Yeah, he cleared out with the right forearm. Snowflake fans in attendance are they're not agreeing, but yeah, that was a pretty healthy use of the elbow. Now here's the other thing. Tyler Clare is a lot of mass going in one direction, and you can't slow that down easily. If you're about the same size, that contact between him and the defender might not be much. 5 seconds. Halftime coming. Keem Butler drives, dish, corner, shot is good at the buzzer for Jason Crawford and the Sholo Cougars. Well, that's how you close out a half. Snowflake can have that run going, and you can get back a whole lot. You can get back a whole lot of momentum when you do something just like that. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Sports Zone Radio Network.
This is Sports Zone Radio. Champions play here at Sports Zone Radio.
Basketball fans, you are listening live and local across the White Mountains on Mix 98 KRFM Sholo. That's the broadcast home for Northland Basketball and Sports Zone Radio. And we send out our distinct thank you for joining us all across Northeast Arizona and, wherever you might be watching on our Sports Zone Radio, Facebook, and YouTube channels as well. This broadcast of Northland Basketball. What a heated rivalry tonight at Hatch Toyota Arena in Cholo. And in the boys' game at halftime, it's Snowflake 28, Cholo 21. Stand by for the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. It's on the way next.
The team at Beeman Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling.
Summit Healthcare is committed to your healthcare experience from start to finish. They invite you to take advantage of the Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy. The pharmacy is conveniently located in Summit's outpatient pavilion, just steps away from the hospital, and most of Summit's clinics. They accept most insurance, including Medicaid, Medicare Part B, Medicare Part D, First Care, and IHS. Prescriptions are ready in just minutes, and you get curbside delivery too. The Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy, because Summit is committed to meeting your pharmaceutical needs.
Get a tablet right now at Cellular One for just $10.01. If you live on tribal lands and are on a government assistance program, come in today and ask for the ACP tablet. We'll set up a new huge data plan with unlimited talk and text, plus 65 gigabytes of free mobile LTE data to use every month. Current customers can still get a tablet for $10.01 too. Come take advantage of this once per lifetime ACP tablet discount at any Cellular One store today. ACP is a government benefit program and customers must qualify. Some restrictions apply. Limited time only, non-transferable. Limited to one line per household, one tablet discount per customer.
Ace Hardware of the White Mountains is always there, always ready to meet your cold weather needs. Keep your pathway clear with snow shovels and ice melt. Keep the kids entertained with a variety of snow sleds. Keep the family warm and toasty with bundles of firewood. Keep the grill or stove piping hot with propane at their Pine Top and Overguard stores. And keep the horses fed with alfalfa and Bermuda hay. The cold weather cannot stop the team at Ace Hardware, so visit them today. Ace Hardware in Cholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overguard.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is the mission of our new CEO. Experienced physicians and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Happy New Year from Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Just in time for our Valentine's special, we are introducing our new business partner, Cattleman's Steakhouse. Yeehaw! With every insured replacement, you can take your sweetheart out for the best prime rib on the mountain. Or choose salmon, sirloin steak, cod, pork chops, chicken, or a variety of other delicious dinners.
You are the best, honey.
And with the Valentine's special, you also get 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters. And this year, you could take your Valentine to a VIP experience to see the King of Country, George Strait, live in concert. That's right, we are giving away 2 premium VIP tickets to see George Strait, Chris Stapleton, and Little Big Town live in Phoenix, including VIP parking.
Yes!
Don't miss out on our best Valentine's special.
536-5972, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cash Back. Woohoo!
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Hey, you darn tootin', it's halftime here at Cholo High School. They're having fun. They have a t-shirt cannon, and by the way, it's set on like the highest setting plus 5. I mean, they are knocking people over with the t-shirt cannon. The good news is they're all laughing about it, so you got that going. But that thing is firing, man. You could hear you heard it in the background a moment ago, and kind of pretty much everybody loving it. Okay, so they're loving it, and that's the good thing. Nobody is Nobody's any worse for wear. That thing was coming in hot. But we welcome you back, everybody, to Sholo High School. They call this Hatch Toyota Arena. And it's halftime of this rivalry matchup between the Sholo Cougars and Snowflake. And you know what? Our halftime score is Snowflake 28, Sholo 21. It's been very close, except about a 2-minute span toward the end of the second quarter, where Snowflake in that span, they built a 10-point lead out of what was a much closer game for most of the half. They got a run going there. They got a big three from Easton Butler. And then a Braden Lewis three in transition. And they built that 10-point lead. But then right there at the buzzer, Jason Crawford connected on a three for Sholo. And that was a big, big help. And it took away some of that momentum that your opponent might have going into the locker room. So Coach James Simmons, Sholo, they've got to feel a lot better than they might have had it still been a 10-point game. And again, it was that momentum factor. You go into halftime on a much better note. Snowflake with the lead, though, 28-21, and they are led by Cooper DeWitt's 12 points so far. He leads the scoring. Easton Butler has 7 points in that half as well, coming off the bench. Braden Lewis with 3 points, and then 3 guys with 2 points. Cooper Rapier, Lance Christensen, and Matthew Brimhall all have 2 points. Matthew Brimhall got two fouls in the first quarter, and then we never saw him again. I would imagine he's going to start the second half, though. 2 fouls in the first quarter, that's a disturbing number. 2 fouls by halftime, that's a whole lot more manageable. You don't worry too much about that. So I would imagine we'll see Brimhall to start the second half for Snowflake. For Sholo, Luke Morrow, 2 big threes in that first half. He's got 8 points. Jason Crawford, the buzzer-beating 3, gives him 8. Preston Power with 5 points so far. Mark Drulette hit a 3 back in the first quarter. He's got 3 points. So for Sholo, if you just count up their total number of field goals, they have 8 field goals in the first half, okay? And 4 of them, half their field goals are 3-point baskets. And that's good. You want to hit the threes, but it also tells you a little bit of something about what they've got to do otherwise, because not many teams play entire games where 50% of their makes are 3-pointers. So, got to figure out a way to get some other things going and, in my opinion, get Preston Power back involved in the offense. He scored their first 5 points and did it really early on in the first quarter, and then he never scored again the rest of the half. So Snowflake made adjustments early. I don't even really know what they did, except that Matt Brimhall got taken off the floor. So maybe it was a matchup thing. I don't know. But beyond that first, 2 or 3 minutes when Preston scored all of his points, he then never scored again. He had a couple of shots that didn't go in. I think the Sholo's got to get Preston figured in again, work out how he gets the ball more often, and get some looks at the basket. Halftime score, 28-21. We'll wrap up the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report with one more check-in from Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. And the second half is coming up right after this.
Happy New Year from Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Just in time for our Valentine's special, we are introducing our new business partner, Cattleman's Steakhouse. Yeehaw! With every insured replacement, you can take your sweetheart out for the best prime rib on the mountain. Or choose salmon, sirloin steak, cod, pork chops, chicken, or a variety of other delicious dinners.
You are the best, honey.
And with the Valentine's special, you also get 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters. And this year, you could take your Valentine to a VIP experience to see the King of Country, George Strait, live in concert. That's right, we're giving away 2 premium VIP tickets to see George Strait, Chris Stapleton, and Little Big Town live in Phoenix, including VIP parking.
Yes!
Don't miss out on our best Valentine special.
536-5972, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cashback.
Start the second half. Sholo gives it right up. Lance Christensen takes it right away, and Snowflake will go to work. Christensen the assist. He feeds Cooper DeWitt. And the first points of the second half belong to Cooper and Snowflake. Cooper's got 14 points. 30 seconds into the third quarter, it's Snowflake 30, Show Low 21. This is Northland Basketball here at the Sports Zone, everybody. Welcome. We are also the broadcast home of Show Low Cougar Sports. Cougar Basketball here tonight from Hatch Toyota Arena. 30-21 our score. Braden Lewis on the angle. Right side. They feed Cooper DeWitt for the jumper. He'll miss it from the left side. And it is Show Low's basketball. Ellsworth, the drive and the fader. He's going to come up short. And it belongs to Braden Lewis now. He'll drop a pass back to Cooper Rapier. Show Low's starting five. Same as the five that started the game. Preston Power, Luke Morrow, Nash Butler, Thomas Ellsworth, and boy, there's a great block by Preston Power. He timed it perfectly on the little shot from Cooper DeWitt. The fifth starter for Show Low is Mark Drillette. Drillette, the three-point specialist. Although I mentioned half the shots made by Show Low in the first half were three-pointers. From the corner, Nash Brewer tried to hit another one for his team. That one did not go in. Rebound, Matt Brimhall, who does start the second half for Snowflake. Brimhall, Lance Christensen, Braden Lewis, Cooper Rapier, and Cooper DeWitt. And that three from the corner is good. Braden Lewis. So the first 5 points of the second half scored by Snowflake. Preston Power to Luke Morrow. Offensive foul. Matt Brimhall. So Matt trying, he's the guy that's got to cover Preston Power, and as good as Matt Brimhall has been, and we've seen him play in the low post for Snowflake, I think it's a mismatch. And it's not very often a mismatch because Brimhall, in spite of not having the skyscraper proportions, and he's able to match up with so many other big men, it's not working tonight against Preston Power. He is having to play extra physical. Now you're going to see Power get physicaled up by the guy that's trying to help now replace that defense as Brimhall left the floor. And this is Cooper DeWitt and his first foul of the game, sending Preston Power to the line. I got to believe that Coach Simmons for Show Low, I got to believe that he made a point of emphasis and drew some X's and O's up to get this guy more involved offensively. Preston, who gets 2 foul shots there, get it back to a 10-point game from what was Snowflake's largest lead, 12 points. And then Show Low calls a very fast early timeout. Let's get this word in from Holbrook Family Dentistry. This is Northland Basketball right here at the Sports Zone.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
From Show Low's timeout, Snowflake has the ball. Cooper DeWitt outside. Tyler Clare has come into the Snowflake lineup. And after the miss, it's going to be knocked out. Snowflake will have the basketball. Just had the occasion to say hi to, during the break, say hi to Coach Christy Francis of Show Low. Her Lady Cougars victorious tonight. They knocked off Snowflake. Great game, 42-35 final score. And she was asking me what the score was of the Holbrook and Winslow girls game. And the score okay. Oh, this is awesome. Great job, Cooper DeWitt inside, but there's another game going on. The Snowflake Lobo fans, their student section, have taken over the Sholo student section territory. It's crazy. These student sections are having their own competition. So they have taken over, because the Sholo kids, they came down onto the floor and they vacated their, so the Snowflake kids ran over there. The whole Snowflake student section is here. They've had to stop play for a moment. So listen, as long as the kids, both on the court and off the court, keep their heads, this is just great White Mountains rivalry basketball. Thomas Ellsworth gonna commit a foul. So just as long as everything stays on the up and up, it stays copacetic. This could be a brilliant night. Like I said, both on and off the court. Here's a steal by Nash Brewer, and he's gonna try to lay it in. Off the mark, rebound Mark Trillette. And the follow is good for Preston Power. Count the basket, send him to the line. Braden Lewis, foul number 2 in the game. So you've got to get Preston Power involved offensively. He's got to be a part of it. And he makes the foul shot right there. 10 points now in the game for Preston. Rapier thought about the 3, dribbles in, stop, shot, good. Cooper Rapier. Another thing to mention to you as Thomas Ellsworth gives it up, throws it right to Tyler Clare. Another thing to mention is that here at Sholo, Snowflake is so well represented. They're going to wave off this basket, by the way. Foul on the floor before the shot. Ellsworth claims foul number 3. You'll see it right here. No, that's not it. That's the Cooper Rapier jump shot earlier. Good look, guys. But Snowflake is so well represented tonight here in Sholo that I believe they're making as much noise as the Sholo fans are. If they're not, it's really close. So it just adds to the drama, adds to the moment, adds to the atmosphere of this great White Mountains rivalry. Critical game for both teams. Rapier, the runner. And the teardrop won't go in. That's high off the iron. Rebounded by Ellsworth. Cholo's got it. Swing it to Nash Brewer in the corner left side. And he gives it up to Luke Morrow. Back to Nash. 3:05 on the clock, third quarter. And those are the Snowflake student section calling for defense by their guys. The spin move. Preston Power is fouled for 2 shots. Cooper DeWitt trying to stay with him. Preston is so very quick that defensively you're going to get into foul trouble at some point, like Matt Brimhall is. You're going to get some subs into the game. Both Ellsworth and Brewer leave the game. Now Jason Crawford comes in for Sholo, and for the first time today, Weston Dyer has made his appearance into the Sholo lineup. Preston has the same number of points as his jersey now. He's got 11 points in the game. Snowflake to the high post. Clare dribbles, dishes off the hands of DeWitt, out of bounds. Chance for Sholo right here. Get it back below double digits. There's the Sholo crowd, Sholo fan section. So the Snowflake fans have taken over the Sholo territory. The Sholo kids have moved over to where Snowflake was, which is not their normal spot at all. So they're actually technically on the visitor side. And the Snowflake student section is on on the home court side of the stands. There's a drive, Crawford misses. He wanted a call, didn't get it. And the rebound belongs to Snowflake, 37-27. So loud in here, we're gonna crank down a little bit our crowd mic and try to make sure it's not overpowering everything. A nice rebound and put back by Tyler Clare. Sixth man going to work right there. (39-27). Well, Preston Power has scored all 6 Sholo points to start the second half. Unfortunately, Cougar fans, these guys on the other side have outscored Sholo by 5 in the third quarter alone. And now they're going to get a stoppage of play. There is somebody. Well, let's see here. There is somebody. Somebody in the vicinity of the Sholo band is going to get a stern talking to, I think. Official timeout. Going to try to keep everything in check, do the best they can. The guy whose job I do not envy right now, that's the athletic director, Scott Hoffmeyer. He's a great guy. We've developed a great friendship in his first year as the athletic director at Sholo. I think he's doing a great job here with the program, but he's got to deal with these kinds of issues right here. These are the issues that a guy like that. Hey, there's the ladies. There's the Simmons ladies right there. That's the camera guy's wife and the play-by-play announcer's wife right there. They're not the ones causing the trouble, though. Now we're back to the action. 1:50 on the clock, third quarter. Baseline drive, and the fingertip roll is good. Easton Butler tried to take the charge. The official did not agree with him, and Jason Crawford has the roll in. He got the nice roll. And we're back to a 10-point game, 39-29, Snowflake. Corner, Lewis. Braden thought about it. Now he dishes the bounce pass. Give the assist to Braden, and the jump shot to Cooper DeWitt. Well, Cooper can play right at the basket, but he can also get out there 8 to 10 feet all day long and hit that nice soft jumper. Got a nice touch out there for Snowflake. And there was a fader on the right baseline by Luke Morrow. That would not go in. So it's 12 points, the lead for Snowflake. And inside to Clare. 3 defenders surround him. Tries to force one to Cooper DeWitt, who knocks it out of bounds eventually. And Weston Dyer is right there on the spot. Some pesky defense on DeWitt. Sholo gets it back. Cutter Seeley comes in for the Cougars. Seeley joins Power, Morrow, Dyer, Crawford. Drop back pass. Cutter Seeley trying to get to that baseline. Stepped out. He tried to get there, and then when he did, he overgot. So he steps out, and it's ball to Snowflake with the final 44 seconds. Now ticking down here in the third quarter. Look at that. Look at the big fella work. Well, DeWitt couldn't finish on the beautiful drive and dish from Tyler Clare. And then after Power misses his jumper, Braden Lewis gets the rebound with 15 seconds and now less than that remaining here in the third quarter. Here's a foul. That'll be a Sholo foul. 2 shots on the way for Snowflake. Damon Cardwell headed to the line. Crawford, the guy that puts him there. Second foul of the game on Jason Crawford. Damon Cardwell gets his first point of the game. Onto the floor comes Snowflake's Ty Boone. Also Lance Christensen with 11 seconds. Here comes Cooper Rapier as well for Braden Lewis. Interesting that Coach Clare brought those guys with this 11 seconds remaining. And I say that because of that danger zone of picking up a foul. Not that any of them have particular foul trouble. Just interesting. 7 seconds left here. 43-29. 2 seconds, got to shoot. Crawford, a great job by Christensen. He was able to get a piece of the ball before Crawford could pull it fully up there, and he blocks it. And we see the end now of the third quarter. This sets us up for a great fourth quarter. Snowflake with the lead, but Sholo's not going away, anybody. Everybody. How about 43-29? Snowflake in front of Sholo. This is Cougars basketball at the Sports Zone. Northland Basketball on your radio and on video. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this. Stand by, everybody.
When you are sick or injured, get quick access to healthcare by going to Summit Healthcare Urgent Care. Summit Healthcare Urgent Care in Sholo at 4951 White Mountain Road is open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Summit Healthcare Urgent Care in Snowflake is open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Summit Healthcare Urgent Care is there for you when you need it most.
Ace Hardware of the White Mountains is always there, always ready to meet your cold weather needs. Keep your pathway clear with snow shovels and ice melt. Keep the kids entertained with a variety of snow sleds. Keep the family warm and toasty with bundles of firewood. Keep the grill or stove piping hot with propane at their Pine Top and Overgard stores. And keep the horses fed with alfalfa and Bermuda hay. The cold weather cannot stop the team at Ace Hardware, so visit them today. Ace Hardware in Sholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard.
Ace Hardware supports White Mountains sports for sure. Want to thank Byron Brown, Kim Brown, and the great people at Ace Hardware as we watch Damon Cardwell take a feed on the left angle and bury the three for Snowflake. They lead 46-29. Still not out of reach for Sholo, but they have got to get to work right now. And there is a foul on Cooper DeWitt trying to defend Preston Power underneath. Listen, you got DeWitt with 3 fouls, Matthew Brimhall with 3 fouls, and I believe all 6 of those fouls are those 2 players trying to defend Preston Power. That's the influence that the big guy has for Sholo. 7:29 remaining in regulation. Sholo's got to work at getting this down below double figures in a hurry. A pass for Power on the baseline is going to be out of bounds. And that's not how you get it done. Snowflake, can they take advantage of the Sholo turnover? Here are your 5 Snowflake Lobos. Lance Christensen, Damon Cardwell, Cooper DeWitt, Matt Brimhall, Cooper Rapier. And he's going to try the jumper. Might have been partially tipped by Cutter Seeley. Seeley with Preston Power, Jason Crawford, Luke Morrow, and Nash Brewer, but we're about to see some subs come in for both sides. Here comes Tyler Clare for Snowflake. Here comes Mark Gillette and Thomas Ellsworth for Sholo. I believe those are all the guys that are going to be appearing when we come back from a quick timeout. And word from the presenting sponsors of the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game. That's White Mountain Regional Medical Center.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is the mission of our new CEO. Experienced physicians and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Luke Morrow returns the ball to play on a pass into Thomas Ellsworth, and here we go, sports fans. Final 7 minutes of this one. Mark Gillette, and he's going to come up way short on his three-point try from the right side. Sholo running out of precious seconds in the fourth quarter. There is a foul that comes out, committed by Nash Brewer. That's Brewer's first foul of the game. 6:47 remaining in regulation. Snowflake 46, Sholo 29. There's the inbound. Christensen to the corner. Rapier. Back to Lance at the top. Cardwell. Playing catch with Christensen. You keep it outside and work some of that shot clock down, I believe. Tyler Clare from the elbow. His pass broken up by Mark Drulette, but Clare got it back. And finally a jumper for Cooper DeWitt. Big man showing his range out there. 16 feet out. Shot is good for DeWitt. Hey, Cooper's got 20 points in the game. Brewers pass broken up, got it back, and he's going to force one up there. That's no good. Drulette, the follow, that one will go down. And Mark Drulette opens up Sholo's fourth quarter scoring, but they're down 17 right now. That 19-point advantage matches the largest of the game so far for Snowflake. Clare, they're going to run it up there. That shot's no good. Rebound, Brewer. Nash has it for the Cougars, and he'll bring it into front court. To Drulette, and now power on the baseline, and it's knocked away by Cooper. Rapier, great job by Rapier, and then what a finish against defense at the end in transition. Boy, that was a beautiful job, and the pass from Christensen as well. I wonder on a long pass like that, do you give a guy an assist on that? I don't know. I wonder if that's subjective or if that's something you can find exactly described in the book. And right place, right time by Tyler Clare, and all of a sudden Snowflake is getting separation, the biggest lead of the game. Right now, 21 points. Full timeout for the Sholo Cougars, everybody. We'll grab a timeout as well. This is Northland Basketball at the Sports Zone. Fourth quarter action continues right after this.
Going into the new year, Hatch Toyota Sholo is still the White Mountains sales volume leader with quality Toyota vehicles and a team dedicated to customer satisfaction.
Hi, I am Michael Pierce. My favorite part of working at Hatch Toyota is our process and our guests. I love the look when our customers are really satisfied, and I love how I feel when they are happy.
The new year at Hatch Toyota brings an excellent opportunity to take the keys to the new Toyota you've always wanted to drive. Your product specialist will help you find the best vehicle for your budget and lifestyle.
Over the past 7 years that I've been at Hatch Toyota, I really do enjoy coming to work each and every day and helping our customers. I will treat you like my personal family and make sure buying a car is one of the happiest things you will do.
Hatch Toyota Sholo in the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and at hatchtoyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for 32 years. All offers on approved credit. See dealer for details.
Great Friday night in the White Mountains. Great basketball game at Hatch Toyota Arena. There's Keen Butler into the lineup for Sholo, and he'll drive immediately and get fouled. 2 shots on the way for Keen. And it's a foul on Matthew Brimhall. Matthew has just fouled out of the game. Well, that's the effect of getting 2 first quarter fouls right there and then having to be as active as you can be in the low blocks defensively. That Brimhall never really got a chance to be involved much in the flow of this one tonight. I don't even know how many minutes he got. Wasn't a ton. And already now fouled out of the game. Keen Butler at the line. He's going to miss both those foul shots. We're going to stay at a 21-point Snowflake lead, 52-31. But Sholo's just got to get something done in a hurry. Easton Butler to the baseline. DeWitt. The cutter is Tyler Clare. 2 shots coming up for Tyler. Mark Drulette got him. 7th foul. No, actually 5th foul. 5th foul on Sholo. Snowflake's got 7. Inbound to Damon Cardwell. Not a shooting foul, obviously. 52-31. Snowflake the lead. We'll talk to the Sports on Radio's player of the game at the end of this one. And we'll also talk with the victorious head coach, whomever that might be. Keen Butler, rebound for Sholo. Keen's got it, drops it back to Mark Drulette. And Mark will let it fly from downtown. No good there. Ellsworth rebound outside, and Luke Morrow drops the three. Luke's got 3 of those in the game. And he matches Preston Power as high point men in the game for Sholo. They each have 11 points. Tyler Clare. I was about to say the jump shot, but I was watching him. He got the heels off the ground. He never got the toes off the ground. So that's a set shot, right? There's Luke Morrow going to work out there, and he muscles up with the left hand from the baseline. That shot. 3:20 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And we'll give you a look at the standings on the next dead ball. There is a jumper from the corner. That is no good for Easton Butler. Thomas Ellsworth, the rebound. To Keene Butler. Drop it back. Morrow for 3. Morrow's getting involved. Morrow's going a little bit nuts. We'll get a timeout from Snowflake. They're going to grab a 30-second timeout. How about Luke Morrow? He's got now 16 points in the game. A couple of threes here in these last couple of possessions. In fact, 3 straight possessions for Sholo, and Luke Morrow has scored for them. 2 threes and a 2. He's got 16 in the game. And I mentioned that on the dead ball, I would look at the standings in the 3A East. So I'm going to do that right now. Well, the team that's in first place coming into the night, the 2 teams tied, Holbrook and Snowflake. The Lobos looking pretty good right now in terms of getting a win. There's 2:51 remaining. There is enough time for Sholo, down 13 right now. But they need a couple of more of those shots like Luke has given them in the past couple of moments. Cardwell from downtown, he'll miss that shot. Butler saves it for Snowflake. They get a new, nope, not a new shot clock. Sorry about that. 8 seconds left on this one. And a no-look pass from Butler inside. It goes out of bounds. That's one of those where he probably should have looked. The no-look that required at least a peek. He needed to kind of peek that way. He ends up throwing it out of bounds. 2:29 remaining, everybody. Sholo's got Keene Butler, who throws it into Thomas Ellsworth. Mark Droulette's on the floor. So is the guy with a hot hand right now. That's Luke Morrow. He gets the ball. And Preston Power is in the lineup as well. Morrow stops. Back to Droulette. The runner for Mark is going to roll out, no good. Tipped. Ellsworth follows. And the shot is good for Sholo. First points of the game for Ellsworth. Snowflake the lead with 1:54 remaining in this one. 11-point advantage. DeWitt rejected by Luke Morrow. And it comes down to Keene Butler, who throws it away, but going to get it back after he blocks Damon Cardwell's shot. Morrow. It's 3 no good. Preston Power the follow, no good. Easton Butler has the rebound, 90 seconds left. Long pass. Cardwell drops it back to his teammate, Tyler Clare. No, Sholo's not fouling. Snowflake is going to milk some of the shot clock here. Down to 12 on the shot clock. Lewis. And he has his pass tipped away. Butler comes down with it. Snowflake gets it right back. And that's out of bounds off of the Lobos. Should be off. Well, I'm going to say that's off Sholo. 1:01 remaining. So the standings. Snowflake and Holbrook started the night tied for first with 6-1 records in the region. Sholo was tied with Payson for third place at 3-4. 3 wins, 4 losses. Blue Ridge 1 game behind them in 5th place, and then Winslow in 6th position in the East. Bounce pass. Clare missed everything on the turnaround. And it's down to Snowflake. 34 seconds left. Jumper, Rapier. And the shot is good for Coop. Actually, I don't know if I'm allowed to call him Coop after talking with the Chinley Wildcats former player, the great Cooper Burbank, a couple of nights ago on a broadcast we did in Chinley. 2,000 points plus for Cooper Burbank. Snowflake was there that night, so I was talking about how there's all these Coopers in the building, and Cooper Burbank said, well, you can just call me Coop. So he claimed it. 5 seconds left. Snowflake going to win, and at least at the end of the night, share first place with the Holbrook Roadrunners, who are playing Winslow tonight. Victory for Snowflake. 54-41. We've got to announce the Sports Zone Radio's player of the game, presented by our good friends at White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Guys, I mean, doesn't it have to be the high point man, Cooper DeWitt? 20 points in this one. Nobody else for Snowflake in double figures. Cooper Rapier had 8 points. Braden Lewis had 6 points. David Cardwell off the bench, 5 points. Cooper DeWitt was the man. He was a scoring machine tonight. He did it from at the basket. He did it from 16 feet out in the corner. He did it everywhere in between as well. Cooper DeWitt, the Sports Zone Radio's player of the game. It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. We'll discuss with him in just a moment, everybody. We'll also talk with their head coach, Joe Clare, after the victory tonight. So we're going to do that. We're going to, I believe, stay right here. The visiting team, I don't think, is going to be wanting to come back out after their locker room. I think they'll want to just get right on out of it. Look at the big fella, Tony Munoz, right here. That is one big bad dude, everybody. Tony Munoz, the great Snowflake football player, just walking by part of the student section. Well, so far everything's been cool. So far, I haven't gotten to it was a great game tonight. The student sections were awesome. At least I believe they were. They were loud and proud for both sides. Had a water bottle throwing incident that didn't involve either one of those groups, and so that's good. But it was a great game. It was a great atmosphere. In fact, I'll tell you, I don't remember the last time we saw a night like this at Snowflake that we saw. Maybe there's been some games that we didn't get to cover. I don't remember the last time I saw this kind of game night, energy, electricity in the air as what we've gotten a chance to see here tonight at Sholo. There's a lot going on with these Sholo programs. How you doing? Hey, JJ, let me ask you a question. Because your Snowflake guys over there, they pronounce your name. Some of the guys we work with, they say JJ Lerma. It's Lerma, right?
It's Lerma, yeah.
It's Lerma.
Lerma, yeah.
Say it to those guys.
Lerma.
Yeah, it's Lerma. It's not Lerma. All right, man. You're a stud, dude. Love you, man. Love you. That's JJ. How about this guy right here? Let me help you, because we want you to look like a stud with that thing on there. You look a little geeky there. All right, we'll make you look better. Feel better?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look a lot better. Let's talk to the Sports on Radio's player of the game. Hey, everybody, welcome into Sholo High School tonight. Hatch Toyota Arena was the site of 2 amazing basketball games. The energy was unbelievable at Sholo tonight. Got to give it up to these student sections, both Sholo, who represented extremely well at home, and Snowflake on a Friday night, who came out with the kids, with the student sections and the fans, and it was awesome tonight. And in the end, Snowflake has defeated Sholo in the boys game 54-41. Let's talk to the Sports Zone Radio's player of the game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Cooper DeWitt led the scoring with 20 points tonight, and he joins us now. Hey, Coop, how you doing, huh?
Doing good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What a win for you guys.
Yeah.
And you had to do it in a very hostile, and I say hostile in a good way, hostile environment. These Cougar fans were locked and loaded tonight. But you guys brought your own, didn't you?
Yeah.
Tell me how you feel first before we talk about the game. How do you feel about the fans and the way they represented and your Snowflake student section, all these great fans tonight?
Well, I just thought it brought a lot of energy, like really good energy. We used it in a good way, and for me personally, I loved it. It probably helped me a lot. I felt like it gave me a lot of energy, and I think it did the same for a lot of our teammates too.
I think it did the same thing for everybody, really, for both sides. I mean, it had to really elevate your game, right? And certainly did. Did you feel like the Snowflake fans were just about as loud, if not as loud, as the Sholo fans tonight?
I honestly couldn't tell you who was louder.
Yeah.
It was just about the same.
Yeah.
No matter who scored or got a good play, it was explosive.
Well, when you're playing your rival, when you're playing Sholo, you've got to love it to be just like this, the way it's, especially for you getting the win. Mm-hmm. Is this one of those games that you might look back on and be thinking about for a long time or have good memories on this?
Oh, yeah, I think it's the same for all of us seniors, beating our rival in the last game that we will probably ever play them unless we meet them in the playoffs. That's just really special to us, and we came here looking to do that, yeah.
Well, Cooper, you led the team with 20 points in this one tonight. One of the things you had to do was pick up some slack because the guy that was assigned to start this game defensively on their great big guy, Preston Power, that was Matt Brimhall. And Matt got into foul trouble early, so he sat most of the first half. And then he got into foul trouble in the second half as well. So some of the weight of taking care of defending Preston fell to your shoulders. But you guys all worked it out in the end. Tell us about that. Tell us about the loss of Matt Brimhall and how the rest of the team rallied down the stretch.
Well, it did hurt us a little bit, obviously, because he's one of our starters, but I think that we did a great job of coming in, and whoever was subbing in was doing a really good job of picking up that slack, and I think it just worked out really well.
I thought that Snowflake, your win was on the strength of, we talk about the energy, we talk about your fans coming out and representing and helping you in that way, but you had a couple of nice runs. There was one in the first half where you built a lead going in toward halftime, got up to 10 points, and then you got another run toward the beginning part of the fourth quarter. What is it about your team? What is it about Snowflake where you guys seem to get into these rhythms, and when the rhythm is happening, great things are going on for your team? Do you guys rely on that? Do you expect that to happen on a nightly basis when you're playing?
Yeah. We have a lot of our energy that comes off of our defense, and so it feeds a lot into our offense. And when we focus mostly on our defense, it just gives us really good energy when we get a defensive stop or a 35-second call.
And you did a great job with all of that tonight. Well, listen, you're the player of the game. We congratulate you. I think that's the second time this year, if I'm not mistaken, right? Did you get a T-shirt the last time?
Yeah.
You did. So you're starting to collect a nice little wardrobe, huh? Some family members going to start to get the benefit of that?
Yeah, they could if they ask nicely.
All right. Hey, congratulations. Way to go, man.
Thank you.
Player of the game tonight. Cooper DeWitt right there. He led Snowflake in scoring with 20 points. Snowflake ends up winning 54-41 tonight at Sholo. And the Lobos are going to at least have a share of the lead at the end of the night in the 3A East. If Holbrook loses to Winslow, and we don't have that final yet, then Snowflake will end up being all alone at the top of the standings today in the 3A East. I'm just, as I'm saying that, I'm just trying to check on something else real quick, guys, and make sure we're taking care of something. Okay, good. Let's talk to the head coach here. Everybody, welcome back into Hatch Toyota Arena. This is Sholo High School, and tonight, final score 54-41. A victory tonight for the Snowflake Lobos over Sholo on our Northland Basketball broadcast. Let's bring you a little conversation with the head coach of Snowflake. Joe Clare is with us. Hey, Coach.
Hey, Floyd. How are you?
I'm great, man. My job is the easy job. It's a no stress, low stress job out here tonight. I got to see two incredible basketball games with incredible energy in this building tonight at Sholo, and I think you were a little more stressed than me. So how are you doing?
I'm good. My boys make it a little easier on me, and our fans showed up tonight, and it was awesome to see.
Joe Clare, the head coach of Snowflake, is with us now. Congratulations, Coach, on this win. At the end of tonight, you'll have at least a share of the lead in the East, depending on whether or not Winslow can upset Holbrook at Tony Munoz Gymnasium tonight. We'll get an update as soon as possible. So, Coach, talk about it. Break it down for a second. Give us the diagnosis on how you were able to get tonight's win.
Well, to be honest with you, Floyd, Sholo came out really tough. Powers was really good early, and Matt got in foul trouble, and I thought a huge turning point for us was my son coming into the game, Tyler Clare, and, man, the post defense he played on Powers kind of shut him down a little bit, and we were able to get it going on offense, and that was kind of a turning point for us.
At halftime, I felt like Sholo's chances to win this game relied on getting Preston back involved with the offense because he scored their first 5 points. He came out, he was getting stuff done really quick early. Matt Brimhall picked up a couple of quick fouls trying to stop him. To me, that was a mismatch, and it was starting to show up. You made some adjustments early on, and all of a sudden we didn't really hear from Preston offensively for a long time, not till the fourth quarter after that. So speaks to what you're talking about, right? I mean, you pinpointed what you needed to get done.
Absolutely, pinpointed it, and just great defense. We got to close out on shooters, especially 21. I don't know his name off the top of my head. But
that's Luke Morrow.
Yeah, Luke.
For Sholo.
He shot really well, and we needed to close out a little better on him, especially the hot ones. And we'll fix that and get better at that. But overall, great defensive effort.
Coach, what about Cooper DeWitt? I mean, what a great game that he played tonight for you. He led the team in scoring with 20 points. But Cooper showed us the multifaceted offense that he has. He's great around the basket, but he's out here in the corner from 17 feet, knocking it down, had some mid-range jumpers. Really nice mid-range game tonight. How about Cooper?
So Cooper DeWitt's great, and he's always been an offensive threat. I'm going to change it up on you a little bit, Floyd. His defense was spot on tonight, minus the couple closeouts that he didn't do on the three. But I've been trying to get him to take a charge for the whole season, and he was a half a step late, but took it.
Yeah.
And that's a big step forward because if he can start taking them, that changes the dynamic of our defense when more than one guy will take a charge.
Yeah, it's amazing, Coach, how you have to keep coaching and tweaking and preparing because in the postseason you got to be playing your best basketball, and you're always working on those little things, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't let down. We've seen that just in our region, right? Blue Ridge goes to Holbrook, beats Holbrook, and then loses to Winslow and Payson and Sholo, right? And you just can't let down in this region, and we got two tough ones coming up.
Joe Clare's the head coach of Snowflake. I want to let you know, Coach, that we have an end of third quarter score. I don't have anything later than that just yet, but Holbrook was beating Winslow 52-37. So if they hold on to that, you'll still be tied at the end of the night for first place in the region. Coach Clare, the last thing I want to ask you about is the atmosphere and the energy in the building tonight here at Sholo and what it was like for you, the visitor. But not just the visitor, but having your guys, your people. I mean, a Friday night, so all your student section was out in force. You had the great, the regular fans, the parents and others that came here. This was an unbelievable night at Sholo tonight. It was a special night.
Unbelievable night. Sholo student section was great. Snowflake student section was great. The best thing I love, Floyd, is when the student sections are here and they're positive because it takes away from some negative things that get said from the stands, which I hate. Because it doesn't help us. These refs especially are doing the best they can, and they're fantastic up here. I think they're better on the mountain than in the valley. And I love when there's a positive atmosphere because then we get the best refs too because they're not so worried about the harassment that they're feeling.
I'm glad you said that because I had some positive things to say about the crew, the officiating crew tonight. And I was going to say this was one of my favorite crews, but the truth of the matter is I love all of our officials here in this region. We have the best. You're right about that. And the way they let the game play out, it's a whole different game really than it is down in the valley. And a lot of that has to do with the level and the proficiency of our officials up here. So I'm glad you brought that up, Coach.
And I agree. And they make the game to where the players got to win the game. And that's how it's supposed to be. Right? The refs don't get a win-loss record. They do the best they can and let the players decide it on the court. And 99.9% of the time they do that. And I love those guys. I know most of them. I officiated football this year. I just love the atmosphere. I know we had one fan throw a water bottle from the very top, but that wasn't Sholo's student section. And we don't need that in the sports, right? We need as much positivity, especially in this world, as we can.
It was a great night. And if we have nights like this, every time these rivals meet up in the White Mountains, it's just awesome. This is what we need. And we need to keep it above board and be good sports about it. But come out here with our lungs full of air and expend all that energy and have a great night. And
Absolutely.
It was fun tonight in Sholo. Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks, Floyd.
Joe Clare right there, the head coach of the victorious Snowflake Lobos. Final score 54-41 on this broadcast of Northland Basketball. For Snowflake, Cooper DeWitt, the player of the game, scored 20 points in this one. Cooper Rapier had 8 points for Snowflake Easton Butler chipped in 7 points as well tonight. Give Braden Lewis. Well, basketball fans, I think we're back out there. We got knocked out for a bit. I know there's a handful of fans still tuned in. We wanted to spend a moment and speak with the head coach of the Show Low Cougars. All right, Coach. Let's see here. Let's go this way, like that. Well, there you go. So I think, you ready? You want me to go? All right. Well, hey, everybody, is that recording? Hey, everybody, it's Northland Basketball here at the Sports Zone. What a night at Show Low tonight. Two great games. The final game was the Snowflake boys knocking off Show Low 54-41 as we bring you back in and break it down here at the Sports Zone. Thank you for being with us, everybody. I'm Floyd Simmons, and I'm joined by the head coach of the Show Low Cougars. Spending some time to talk it over is the head coach, James Simmons. No relation, but Coach Simmons, welcome in here as we break it down. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, listen, I know, defeat's never fun, but your team scrapped hard out there, battled hard against one of the top teams, and I think top teams in 3A basketball. I think they're better than the ranking has them tonight, the Snowflake Lobos. In the end, they get the win, but Coach, give me some thoughts on how you feel like the Cougars fared tonight.
Absolutely. I felt that our kids all played hard when they were on the floor. We didn't shoot the ball well. We shot in the 30s for the game. It's tough to beat teams like this, or anybody really, if you don't shoot the ball well. But Luke Morrow tried to bring us back on his shoulders there in the fourth quarter. But we got 2 games left, and we're trying to get to the playoffs, and so we're going to rally and hopefully have 2 really good practices Monday and Tuesday and be ready Wednesday and Thursday.
Well, Show Low coming into the game, Coach, you were ranked number 20.
Right.
And you just took on the number 9 ranked team. I can't imagine a loss to number 9 is going to hurt you. At least you would think, the way this mysterious algorithm is concocted and the way it works its magic. If you're beaten by a higher-ranked team, this point of the season, especially this deep, it can't cost you too much.
Well, you never know. Like you said, that algorithm, it's hard to tell what it is. But, we play hard, and I just feel like with our system that we have, and as we continue to do it, this year and next year and down the road, that we can beat anybody. I always tell our kids we got a puncher's chance. It's like a heavyweight fight.
Yeah.
We play well, we play hard, and shoot the ball well. We can beat anybody, and so we just want to make sure that we take care of these next 2 games and not backdoor in. But yeah, I mean, this is one of the top, toughest regions in, I don't care, 1 through 6. It doesn't really matter. We all beat each other up, and Snowflake is so good. They're physical, and they really hurt us on the boards, and they do a really good job of passing the ball and getting our zone moved around. We went to a 2-3, which we never play, because we wanted to make sure if they were going to beat us from the outside, not the inside.
Coach James Simmons of Sholo is joining us to wrap this one up tonight. You were talking about how tough the 3A East is. It's not just tough, Coach, but I feel like it's got a lot of variety, if you want to say it that way. Every team is different. They've got their own personality. Every team kind of attacks it and approaches it differently. There is no one team that's just like the other team in our region.
Right. And absolutely, this is my first year, so I mean, I watch film and I know a lot of basketball. I'm like, that's definitely true. Different teams do different things in our region. We try and hit threes and push the ball, and try and get easy buckets if we can, and in our transition game. But part of our and you've done a lot of our games. We've played a really tough schedule. You look at the top 10 teams in 3A, and we've played most of them. And so I want that. I'm from Illinois, and we play a tough schedule, and we want our kids to get better and compete. And if you're gonna beat people, you might as well beat the best.
Coach, what kind of chance do you give the teams out of the East? The playoffs are right around the corner.
I think anybody in our region, if they make the playoffs, could make a run. I really believe that. And Snowflake obviously is really good. Payson, that was a heck of a game that we lost last week to them in overtime. We were down 25 and tied it, and then I think we used so much energy that just in overtime our legs were gone. But I think the Final Four in 3A, one of those teams will come from the 3A.
From the East.
Yeah.
I agree with that, Coach. I'm going to finish this little get-together with asking you about this atmosphere tonight.
I loved it. This is high school basketball. My favorite's college basketball, and number 2 is high school basketball. Being from Illinois, I mean, gyms sell out, and it's crazy. And so, I was really proud of our kids, and I tried to tell them on one of those timeouts, just focus and play the game. Forget about what's happening in the stands and with the crowds and those kinds of things. But, we're looking forward to, making a run, hopefully, in the tournament. Hopefully we get there, because I tell them once you get there, anybody can beat anybody. We proved that in Globe when we were lower seeded, and we would, advance at least 1 or 2 rounds. So anything can happen here.
I agree, Coach. I agree, and this was a great one tonight. You entertained us on the broadcast team as well as this entire arena, and hopefully everybody that tuned in and checked it out online. It's a great night, and I know it's tough to lose, and you needed the win. You certainly would have benefited greatly from a win over a higher-ranked team tonight. But you do have those 2 games you talked about, and it certainly looks to me like the Cougars are going to be in that playoff picture when it's all said and done. So
that's what we hope.
Yeah.
We're going to do everything we can Monday and Tuesday to get ready for Wednesday and Thursday, and hopefully you don't want to look too far ahead, but you can't worry about the playoffs. You got to worry about games right now.
Gotcha, Coach. Congratulations on the effort, and we'll see you down the road. Okay?
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
There's James Simmons, head coach of the Sholo Cougars. The final score in this one tonight, 54-41. Congratulations to Snowflake. And let me see if I can find a final score. It looks like Holbrook had a 13-point lead over Winslow with 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining. We're going to go ahead and call that a victory for the Roadrunners. Pretty sure they're going to hold on at home at Tony Munoz Gymnasium. And assuming that Holbrook does that, we'll still have a tie for first place. Teams with 7-1 records, Holbrook and Snowflake, after the Lobos took care of their end of the deal tonight in winning here at Sholo. And one more thing, and I'll mention it again, we've talked about it a number of times here during the game and the postgame, is that the atmosphere here at Sholo was second to none. It's been a long time since I can remember a game, especially here at Sholo, but remember a game in the East that had this kind of energy from both sides. The student section for Sholo was amazing. The student section for Snowflake was amazing tonight. And for the most part, they kept it above board. It was great. It was great sportsmanship. It's the kind of tone that we need in these rivalry matchups in the White Mountains. So we need to cheer hard. We need to support with all that we have to support our teams, and we need to do it in the right way, in a mature way. And, you're looking on the screen, those watching on the screen, the bench for Snowflake in reaction to their team doing well. This was a great night, and if we can have nights like this every time we come out to the arena and people have a lot of fun, cheer hard for your team, but be respectful and be good sports, the future looks extremely bright. So my hat is off to both sides, both Snowflake and Sholo tonight. Sholo with great hospitality and Snowflake as a great visitor tonight. This is the way it's done, everybody. And if you weren't here, you missed a special night at Sholo High School. Final score was 54-41. Snowflake knocked off the Sholo Cougars. As we now get down to wrapping it up on this one, and I get an opportunity to say thank you to the best production team in the business out there. Our guys, second to none. Our producer, Derek Simmons. Tonight on this one, our technical director, coming way in from up there past Indian Wells on the Navajo Reservation to work this one out with us. Thank you to Leonard Keone Jr. Great job tonight, Leonard, on the switcher, and David Simmons as well, who helped us out on camera in this one. Three of the Simmons boys, including this guy right here, me, and for the entire crew, I am Floyd Simmons, thanking you for being with us, thanking Scott Hoffmeyer and the administration at Sholo High School for their great hospitality and partnership here with us at the Sports Zone. We are the official voice of Sholo Athletics and Cougar basketball. And again, to you folks for being with us on our broadcast night tonight. Until the next one, I invite you to have an awesome weekend, everybody. We'll see you real soon with more Northland basketball. God bless you, and good night, everybody, from Sholo High School.
This has been Northland Basketball, an exclusive presentation of Sports Zone Radio. Listen online at sportszone123.com and download the Sports Zone Radio app for your smartphone and listen wherever you go. Join us again for the next broadcast of Northland Basketball.